Most bands become famous through studio albums, carefully produced, heavily promoted, and released for radio success. But one rock band from Chicago became globally famous because of something completely unexpected: a live album recorded in Japan. Today, let's look at one of the most unusual breakthroughs in rock history and how Japan played a central role in changing everything for a band called Cheap Trick. Cheap Trick came from Rockford, Illinois, near Chicago. They weren't an overnight success story. They were a working band, playing small venues, touring constantly, building a modest following through their first studio albums. They had talent, but not global recognition. At that point, they were still very much a working rock band, not a stadium act. What they didn't fully realize at the time was that they had built a surprising fan base in Japan. So when they performed at the Budokan in Tokyo, they were stepping into something much bigger than they expected. The Budokan wasn't just another venue. It was a landmark stage in Japan, known for major international performances. And the audience response was something the band had not experienced before. Instead of just being another tour stop, the Budokan performance was recorded and released as a live album, Cheap Trick at Budokan. And this is where the story becomes unusual, because it wasn't a new studio album that made them famous. It was a live recording of songs from their earlier records. Songs that had only achieved modest success before were suddenly transformed by the energy of the Japanese audience. And the album exploded internationally. The success of the live album changed everything. Cheap Trick went from small venues and steady touring to international recognition and major stages. The Budokan performance essentially reintroduced their music to the world, but in a way that felt bigger, louder, and more alive than before. Japan didn't just host the performance, it amplified it. What makes this story so important is simple. It wasn't a studio breakthrough. It wasn't a marketing campaign. It was a live performance in Japan that reshaped how the world saw the band. And in many ways, Cheap Trick at Budokan became proof that sometimes the audience itself can change the history of a band. I'm Tess with JRokMusic, and I'll see you in the next story.